dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. As always, guys, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, I definitely encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below. So, Pisces, there's this energy of like diving deep. Um, Hold on, guys. Kids are texting. Um, you're diving deep, and it's weird because it's like it's almost kind of like hold on, guys, because there's why can't I talk? The tension, the pressure, the responsibility, the everything almost seems like it's become too much for somebody, whether it is you or somebody that's deeply connected to you. Because this diving, I feel, is like somebody that it's almost kind of like, let's put it this way. Let's say you don't know how to swim, right? So you know that if you dive into the ocean from like a boat or something, most likely than not, you're gonna drown because you don't know how to swim. But you're willing to go ahead and just dive in because you don't want to deal with like the people on the ship or the responsibility of the ship or the boats or whatever it is. So it's almost kind of like this energy of like somebody really losing hope that things are going to get better. This is a very depressive type of energy, and again, guys, there's no judgment here. We all go through periods and stages of depression. We all deal with it and handle it differently. So if it is not you yourself, then you're seeing somebody that is very depressed, and maybe this person, or maybe you're trying to verbally, whoever it is that is this depressed, is really to the breaking point of like almost wanting to take their life. Like they don't see any purpose or meaning in their life. So but there is a misconception here, because this person, whether it is you again or somebody that you're close to, is still working or is still going to family functions, is still showing up and all of this stuff. It's almost kind of like, well, you don't look depressed. All right, what does depression look like, and it's kind of like that thing where, can we just learn to listen without having to put a certain expectation of what we think something looks like, right? So let's put it this way, when I say I have a disability, right, it is considered a disability, narcolepsy, because it prevents me from working a regular like 9 to 5 job. It prevents me from working as a nurse because of the fact that I can't be on medication. Now if I was able to take the medication, I'll be able to work with accommodations because it's still considered a disability. So I love it when people tell me that, oh, well, you don't look tired, you don't look and it's like, what the heck is it supposed to look like, right? So when you deal with certain things, you learn to live, right? So it becomes a part of your daily struggles, it becomes a part of your daily life, right? So you learn to make adjustments to live as much of a normal, and I say that in quotation because it's really nothing, what is a normal life, right? So everybody's going to be different, but to what a normal life, what society deems to be normal, right? So it is kind of like that type of energy where somebody is at the breaking point, but because they don't look the way that somebody expects them to look in that situation, it's almost kind of like, well, you're just crying wolf. No, can you just listen to what it is that I'm saying? So somebody here wants to be heard. Somebody here feels like they're not being heard, like they're not being understood, and is really wanting to just give up on life. Now, the only thing that I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, everything is going to get better. Oh, don't feel that way. Oh, don't do, because I am no one to say that to you. The only thing that I can say is get help, right? And what I mean by that is see a therapist, call a hotline, see a psychiatrist, get the help that you need, right? Because I don't know your personal situation, right? I don't know what is getting you to that point to feel that way. And by me trying to sugarcoat or just trying to tell you, oh, things are going to get better, or, everything comes in seasons, is not something that you're going to be receptive to hearing at this moment, or even listening to, right, or entertaining. So why waste my time and try to, like in Spanish we say tapar el sol con un dedo, covering the sun with a finger, right? It's impossible, right? So whoever it is that is depressed, that it is struggling, that feels hopeless, that feels like they're willing and wanting to give up on life, get help. Now, if your families and your friends, if you don't feel comfortable speaking to your family or your friends or whatever, get help. Meaning there are hotline numbers. I personally do not have them, but there are hotline numbers. There is, I'm pretty sure you can probably call your local hospital, whatever. There's crisis. There's a lot of support out there, but it is a choice that you have to make. Now, when I say it is a choice that you have to make, I am not telling you to go ahead and off yourself, okay? Because that's the other thing. A lot of people that's not what I'm saying, but get help. Because the way that the reading is coming up, there is a sense here of like somebody literally crying out for help and feeling like they're not being heard or like they're not being understood. So again, Pisces, if you're not the one experiencing this, then please, if somebody comes to you and talks to you about how they're feeling, do not turn them down, or your opinion is not needed in the matter. This person just needs to be heard. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and let's pull out some tarot just to clarify. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Lovers, and then the Fool in the reverse. So again, somebody it's almost like somebody feels like they're tired of experiencing the same thing. They're tired of battling with the same thing, whether it is depression, whether it's anxiety, whether it's an eating disorder, whether it is a physical disability, whether it is stress, whether it is responsibility, whatever it is, somebody is tired of fighting the same battle and feeling like they're not getting ahead. They feel like they are drowning, or they're feeling like they rather just drown, to be honest with you, than to have to deal with this one more day. And to that, I would say I can relate, especially when I was home, when I was recently taken out of work 5 years ago. I didn't see the point in being alive, because of everything, like not being able to work, so I couldn't financially support my kids the way that I wanted. Our lifestyle changed a lot. We had a downgrade in a lot of things, and I felt at that point that was one of my lowest points in my life. And it didn't matter how many people told me like, oh, it's gonna get better, or it's gonna do it. I had to make the conscious decision that I wasn't going to let that current situation take me out, basically. So, but it is something that, again, I have personally experienced, and it is very difficult. And trust me, as supported as you think you're being to this individual by telling them it's going to pass and this and this and that, you're not. Because that just makes them feel like, that makes them feel or dig deeper into the hole that they're not being heard, if that makes any sense. So let's pull out the love energy. Now, this can be romantically platonic. Sorry, this is like tension in my right eye. Can you just go? Or passion for yourself, for love, etc. Heart to heart conversation. honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So again, I feel that Pisces, if you're not the one dealing with this, I feel that somebody is going to come towards you and tell you the battle that they are experiencing and how they want to give up. Whether they want to give up all into like in all completely, like, you know, not wanting to be alive, or wanting to give up within a certain situation, or just wanting to just give up in whatever it is. Listen to this person, be receptive to what it is that they are saying, but do not downplay or do not try to sugarcoat things by just saying, oh, just think positive, because not all situations can be fixed with just a positive thought immediately. There are things that take a lot longer to process and a lot longer to kind of get yourself out of. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get an oracle card for your closing message. Closing message. We have greet the darkness. We have the number 19. Here where the spine bends and the mouth quivers. Breath the hidden. The pieces that make you whole but cut deep with all of their sharp edges. So again, the same things that make you whole, the same things that make you who you are the same things that cause pain, that causes you to kind of get to that breaking point, right? So, you know, being that I have been, let's put it this way, in a position where I wanted to end my life, right? Never took action on it, but I really got to that point where I really wanted to, right? That is a part of me. It was a part of my experience. It's a part of that makes me whole, that makes me appreciate life in a different way, right? That makes me have a different perspective when it comes to life. But at some point, it was something that almost destroyed me. But again, I can't deny myself that I was there. And it's almost kind of like, this is either what you are experiencing or somebody very close to you is experiencing. And this person, whoever it is, needs help. And if it is you, I am urging you, please, to go ahead and seek the help that you need, right? I'm not telling you that you have to get on medication. I'm not telling you that you don't have to. The easiest way to start I would say call a hotline or find a therapist and talk. Sometimes it's just getting it out helps tremendously, enough to at least clear enough to go ahead and make a decision that you can live with. Let's put it that way. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you for this week. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing. Guys, take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.